guys, welcome to day 22 of PODMAS. If you don't know, we're coming down to the final stretch. PODMAS is where I release a new episode for the first 25 days of December as a little gift and sneak peek of topics you can expect to hear on the upcoming Autism Mommy podcast. Now, before we get into today's episode, as always, I want to remind you to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. Rate what? 5 stars. You already know the deal. 5 stars for a 5-star podcast, for a 5-star chick like me, because you're a 5-star chick, and we just get one another. You feel me? Secondly, make sure you leave a review. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're liking PODMAS, how you're liking the idea of the Autism Mommy podcast. If there's any topics you would like to hear me discuss, or if there's any guests you would like to hear on the podcast. Third, make sure you subscribe. You want to be down with the crew? Make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether it be Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart, wherever. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. Lastly, follow me on Instagram. If you want to follow our day-to-day lives, watch me annoy the shit out of my kid, watch my kid annoy the shit out of me, regular shit. Just make sure you follow me on Instagram, _SteffiKiss, STEPHYKISS. And now, let's get into today's topic, which is independence. On day 6 of PODMAS, we discussed routines and how they can help your child achieve goals and tasks. I mentioned how we have routines for all aspects in our day to provide Ethan with independence. Today, I wanted to talk about how independence is very important for your kids. As moms, especially special needs moms, we have been taking care of everything for our kids since they were in the womb. Ethan's delays, there are things that I did for him for a long time and didn't realize that I was hindering him. It's a very natural motherly instinct to make sure your baby is taken care of. And when your baby has special needs, you never think anything you're doing is spoiling them. But that is not the case. It took Ethan literally becoming a giant and towering over me for me to realize, girl, you need to stop. This kid is going to be stronger than you one day, and you're here carrying his book bag like it's against the law for him to do any physical labor. My fear of not always being around also kicked this into gear. I need to be able to know that my red-haired boy will be armed with as much as he possibly can to care for himself, because at the end of the day, as parents, that is the goal, with special needs kids or not. One thing that has helped Ethan get things done around the house are routines, visual schedules, and labels. When Ethan can visually see what he needs to do with labels of the things he's supposed to use to get them done, he's able to do it with little to no assistance from me. With these visual cues, he is able to have the independence, which leads to confidence of him doing it on his own. When we think of schedules, we think of calendars or time blocks for appointments and or tasks. But with kids on the spectrum, this might look a little different. When we moved to Florida, I wanted Ethan to have a little more independence. So I pulled up Canva, dusted off my printer, because who even prints things nowadays, and my laminator, and got to town. I mentioned before how I set up a morning routine board for Ethan to visually see his tasks that he has to complete in the morning before school. Some days I would have it set up for him in task order. Other days I would test him to see if he could remember the order himself. Now we don't even need the board, as the routine has become second nature to him. I labeled his dresser and closet, so now he even picks out his own clothes every morning, which is major. For 12 years, he never had the freedom to wear what he wanted, and I feel like him choosing his own clothes has even tapped into his creative and critical thinking side. Every morning I see him sift through his clothes to find his comfy pants. But then I also watch him go through all of his t-shirts looking for what color he wants to wear. It puts a smile on my face every morning to see that he is able to have some measure of control on how his day will go. As I mentioned, independence is key with progression for your child. It also instills confidence in them so they know they're able to get the things they need to get done. And with time, you can increase the things they are responsible for. The next arts and craft project for me is a chore chart. So I'm going to need for y'all to pray for me. I know it's easy to just do everything for your babies, but just try your best little by little to give them the independence they are ready for. You got this, mommy. And remember, as always,
bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job.